No man do they call me, my mother and my father, and all my comrades as well. Hey everybody, No Man here, and we're about to get into another session of Growing the Tribe. Last time we left off, we had just had the big fight in the Dark Woods, and Snodius had arrived at Mega Humiopolis to oversee the work that's going on there. So far, there hasn't really been much that's sprouted up in Mega Humiopolis over the time that you guys have been in control of it. It's not enough time even for snots to start popping up. So it's pretty much just Stinky, DeBrain, DeFurious, the three Humies that you guys captured, and a dozen or so snots that have been trying to get everything working. And one of those Humies is too old to do any kind of heavy work. The big thing that we have coming up is the Humie truck that comes about once a week or so with supplies for the settlement and to take any new orders back to the main town. It's not clear when it's coming, but it should be within the next few days, and you guys will need to be prepared for it, however way you want to handle it. Aside from that, there are a few tasks that need to be accomplished, mostly because people paid me fat stacks in super chats in order to get stuff to happen. We still need to acquire a fabulous hair squig, a quote, fabulous hair squig. And then there has been a request for DeBrain to develop snot-fire-based shotgun shells. So they're kind of like exploding shotgun shells. So essentially, we're going to do some work in getting Mega Humiopolis going and building different things, and we're making plans for when the Humie truck arrives. So before we begin, I'm going to give everyone here, how many people we got in chat so far? We got 8, and I did see that Eric is in fact here. You're not late this time. You actually you don't show up in the last 5 minutes and say, "Oh no, I missed it." You are in fact here. So good to see everybody. See Paul Marzek, Miles O'Halloran, Marcus Eng, Miserere Nobis. I don't think I've seen you have been showing up recently, Miserere, but you have there's been a bit of a gap. I haven't seen you around a whole lot. I think you were at the last one, but you're kind of an old school subscriber. Dr. Steelworth, good to see you too. Steel Legion Kane, as always. Mad Beast Yeti as well. Aaron Lee. Gapr. Gapr? 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 Oh no. Not Cyrillic. Cyrillic is my only weakness. I apologize. I cannot pronounce Cyrillic names. Jack Maloon, welcome as well. But let me go. Oh, we have 18, 16. Huh. We really shot up there. All right, let's go ahead and go over the rules of the game for anybody who's new, or maybe you guys brought some friends. But I think most of you guys are pretty old, wizened, grizzled vets at this point. But let's go ahead and go over the rules anyway. So basically, all the decisions that are made about the game, that's going to be made by you guys, by chat. You democratically decide on the actions that Snodius takes. Whatever action gets the most votes, that's what he does. However, if democracy isn't your thing, if you would rather seize the title of Imperator yourself and abolish the Senate, you can donate a super chat, and then you can unilaterally decide Snodius' action. You can also use super chats to name new characters. You can even help Snodius out if he really needs to score a hit. I'm going to try to get away from a die roll. You know, you're going to get a guaranteed hit, but essentially what a super chat will do will allow you to roll with advantage for a particular hit. So that way, we're not taking out all of the drama of what might or might not happen. So what we had left off last time, I apologize also, I'm eating. I realized I was working and typing away at stuff, and I realized it was getting on to the start of the stream. So I was like, oh, I need to like eat or something. So you might get no man chewing sounds, but I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Oh, and Miles O'Halloran starting us off. Due to their proximity to each other, Stinky has covered DeBrain in blue paint. Yeah, that makes sense. That Stinky probably forgot that he was covered in blue paint and probably at some point hugged DeBrain, probably when he did not want to be hugged. And DeBrain is currently spattered with blue paint. Thank you for starting us off, Miles. But last time, you guys basically arrived at night and were guided by a snotling to the town hall, which has kind of been converted into a boss hut, and that's where you're staying for the night. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do before going to sleep tonight? Because you're going to get started tomorrow. What we got? We have a pop-up bonus still from the donation, right? What do you mean a pop-up bonus? We got 2 for Ask the Brain for report and 2 for nose picking. Pick nose. And the orc head, I think, is your trophy. I think you guys did have it as a trophy. I think it's in your boss hut pack in Constantinople. I don't think you take it with. Well, I mean, you could take it with you, stick it on a pole or something. Okay, pick nose. I figured it was going to be pick nose. Like if you guys were like, no, let's go to bed, I would have had him pick his nose. All right. Looking over the town, this great metropolis that you have managed to conquer. You look over it and realize it's now all yours, and it's slowly kind of getting more orky as the snotlings and grots kind of make it more of their own. And as you realize that this is just one small step in a much bigger conquest, as you eventually take over everything that you can lay your eyes upon. While in this deep mode of thought, you stick a finger into your great nose and pick it in a most satisfying fashion. Do you guys want to get a report from Brain then? You'll probably get a boss stick soon. Brain report. One small step for Orkling, one giant leap for Green's kind. No, last session was the one where you guys established a new settlement in Dark Forest. The one before that was the one where you guys killed Orpheus. If you're not caught up, you can did I didn't get all the way through the events of the last one in my most recent story, but you can probably listen to that, and that'll get you sort of caught up. Because basically, there's a fight with you guys with everybody setting up the new settlement, which is pretty comical. It was a lot of fun. All right, so brain report. I think that's what we're going for. Okay, so you go up to Brain, who is in the boss hut, and he has his report to give you. All right, Brain, what's going on? Well, so far I've made attempts to try to repair the trucks that have been smashed to pieces, but with such few grots and snots, I've only been able to get them partially repaired, and they're not up yet and running. But don't you worry, boss. We'll get them fixed up right and proper. His reaction to you, yeah, upon seeing you, his eyes. I kind of gave you the report before I thought about what his reaction is going to be. I'm going to back up a little bit. His eyes go wide when he sees you, but he also can recognize you from like all of the scars that you have. Well, boss, it looks like you have become quite a large boss now, haven't you? Yeah, I killed that orc, so now I's a big, big, big boss. Indeed. So that's pretty much what it is. It's like the basic idea of what's been going on in town is that DeBrain and DeFurious and Stinky have been working to try to get. The big thing is get the trucks up and running, get the gate fixed, which they've done, and get the trucks up and running. It's been a couple days since they've been here to do that, but like the tractors are smashed all to heck. One tractor is almost completely total. It's probably just going to be ripped apart for scrap. The other tractor is still pretty darn damaged. And then the truck itself is pretty banged up and needs more work before it can be ready to go. But the big truck that smashed into DeFast and killed him, that truck is in the best condition and is close to being ready, but it's not done yet. Like, it's just hard to like get it in. It's just a lot of work for grots to do, and there's not that many grots here. So that's the report. You guys ready to go to bed? We'll get started on the next day. Do you want to go see the Humies have mostly been locked up. The additional problem of not having a whole lot of dudes in Mega Humiopolis is you don't really have enough people to force the Humies to do labor. Like, it'd be way too, like, if they decided to run, they would outrun all of the snots and grots. They would be able to get, aside from the old man, the other two guys could get away. And you don't have enough people really to kind of force them to work. Hey, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, I think you said that today was your birthday. Is today your birthday, Eddie? Yeah, Timmy, we've picked nose already. We've picked the nose. Yeah, you'll get more grots as time goes on. It's just a little slow going at the moment. Happy birthday. Yeah, Eddie actually requested for a birthday gift. He wanted a library. He wanted Eddie of Ed, and Eddie that are running Big Cave. He wanted him to have a library. However, I don't think you guys like can read, and orcs don't have a written language normally. It takes kind of a really big wah in order to end up getting enough smart boys that have an interest in books to have orcs that actually like read or write. The other thing he wanted to do was have Eddie find a weird shroom, and I don't know what you would want that to be. Like, if you want Eddie to become like a weird boy, because in 40K, in fantasy, goblins have the little wah. In 40K, I have not. There's no canon grot weird boys, but then again, there's no canon Snottiuses. Well, you don't like the spores are microscopic. Orc spores are microscopic, and you're not like you're always shedding them. You being there and potential more fights will you guys just spread spores all the time. I don't know how aware orcs are of how they spore. Okay, well we will when we're dealing with Ed and Eddie over at Big Cave again, we can maybe do something. How many vehicles do we have? You guys have the two tractors. One is completely smashed up. The other one is like the one is totaled. You can't get it to like work again without like completely rebuilding all of the components from scratch, which you are not set up to do. The other tractor, the second one that got hit, is still really messed up. Like the front is all dinged up, and the axle's been bent, and there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but it's not a total loss. The front of the one truck is it basically the truck that did the smashing, the big Hume truck, which is in fact a truck, roughly the size of like a semi or something like that. That is pretty dinged up, not ready to drive yet, but it's not in as bad condition. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next day, and we can decide what we're going to do because we have a lot of ideas. I think the general consensus, the things people have been talking about wanting to do, are getting the trucks up and running, which would have been DeBrain's priority as well. You guys also need to prepare for the Hume truck that's going to arrive. Whether you guys want to ambush it, whether or not you want to, I don't know, try to get the other Humies to some weird scheme where they convince the Hume truck that everything's fine and there's nothing wrong or weird. Didn't the Eds give this settlement a population bonus? I don't think so. Happy birthday, New Man. I did have my birthday. My birthday was back on the 7th. All right, step one, let's go to sleep. You go to sleep. You wake up in the morning to the sound of birds, to the sound of snotlings kind of scampering around and doing whatever it is that they do. Let's see. I actually have the list of snotlings that we actually have here. We got doodly doo. Dumbest, Git Flaya, Munchie, Beosnot, Squishy, Snot, Grinius, Splatty, Dumb, Dumber, Squigbait, Mushroom Back, Bonky, Fatling, Snotmer. And Dumber has been painted blue. So that's what we got so far. Oh, there was a donation to spread spores over the fields. Okay. All right. Well, there's a population boost, but it still takes time for snotlings to pop up. It literally just takes time. Snotlings grow really fast, but you're still a while away from grots and orcs. So snotlings might start popping up in the future, but all right, we gotta focus because we got like a dozen things that people want to do right now. Step one, I think, is continuing to work. I guess it's what why don't we assign a task for each of the grots that are there? Um, you have Stinky. Uh, Stinky is probably not the most mechanically reliable of everyone, but he's probably a fairly good. He can probably be a good lookout. He can There's stuff he can do, but as far as technical and building things, that would be more DeBrain and DeFurious. So why don't we pick a thing for each of them to do? We'll pick one thing. All right. So what do we want DeBrain working on? Let's go with DeBrain first. Let's have DeBrain build black powder bombs. Okay. So DeBrain is going to thank you, Miles, for the donation. Uh, so DeBrain is going to be working on. He's assuming there's going to be some kind of fight with the Hume truck that's coming in the next few days. So he's working on. You guys can make charcoal, and then you basically can. There are some squigs around, and essentially you can get like. What is it? It's sulfur. It's coal, sulfur, and something else to make gunpowder. And you guys can get those things. So he's working on essentially using the roughest, most unusable pieces of scrap to make the black powder bomb. So they'll go off and spread shrapnel places. Okay, so that is what DeBrain is doing. What do we have DeFurious doing? Snodius will also be able to do work himself. He's a boss. He's not accustomed to working, but it might be the best idea. So we got someone saying we got armor. We got a bunch of people saying they want armor for Snodius. Do you want him on the trucks or do you want him on armor? That is 4 votes for truck. There's a handful for armor. Three for armor. Let me do a count up here. Trucks 1, 2, 3, 4 truck. Armor 1, 2, 3, 4. I think truck slightly outmatches armor. So he's working on truck. I'm going to write these. Oops, sorry, I bumped my thing. I'm going to write this down real quick. So do I have a record of who's doing what? DeBrain is working on bombs. DeFurious is working on the trucks. What do you want Stinky doing? What color is the truck? What color is the truck? I'm going to roll randomly. Let's go. I'm going to roll and we're going to go see if it's Roy G. Biv. Have Stinky start setting up an ambush site for the Humies on the road away from town. Okay. From Mad Beast Yeti. Okay. I think what Stinky's going to try to do is, dig like a hole. dig like a hole for the truck to fall into. See if he can hide some. Like there's a pothole and maybe he covers it with leaves, or we'll figure it out. Let's get the color of the truck. The color of the truck does in fact happen to be red. I rolled randomly. I rolled on Roy G. Biv. I rolled for the colors of the rainbow, and it is a red truck. Foxholes 2, it goes faster. Huzzah. Unfortunate, Eric. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do much to make your internet experience better. Have you tried painting your internet red? Okay, and then what do you guys want Snottiest to do? The Brain made a Zappy Ripper a couple of days ago, a prototype of his, whatever prototype is. Well, a couple of days ago is when you actually took over the town. All right, I'm going to let it go, but we don't want to push it too much on like what they would actually have time to build. But all right, for you, Edwin Marin Castro, I will have in the morning as Snottiest wakes up. He finds a package, a like brown paper package that's like tied up with like rough like gaffer's tape or like electrical tape or something pretty ugly. And it's just sitting there, and he opens it up, and it is essentially what amounts to a chainsaw given a handle and hooked up to a car battery. The Brain basically made this and did some things to make it more improved, because it is a space chainsaw, so it's a little tougher and sharper and made of space materials that will make it more effective than an actual chainsaw in battle. So it will function more like a chainsword. So it's not like super great, but yes, it will send an electrical current through the guys that you hit while ripping them apart. All right, so what is? Thank you again for the donation, Edwin. What do you got? We got make armor, armor, armor. Snottiest, a good motivator. Pray to Gork and Mork. Armor. Okay. Snottiest is not like a builder. He's a leader and he's a fighter. But you know, heck, maybe he knows how to do this. We're gonna roll and see how he does on armor. Let's see what he got. Armor, and I can roll this for you so you guys can see. That is a 20. So apparently, Snottiest had a ridiculous talent for armor smithing. Essentially, as DeFurious is working and DeBrain is working, and they're all kind of like in these. They're kind of just in the workshop, like doing things. Snottiest like takes a piece of scrap and just like smashes it, and then he like takes another. He just grabs pieces of scrap, and he just starts smashing it and bending it and shaping it and like adding other parts to it. He's like, no, there ought to be like padding on this part. This part's cutting into me, and he's just smashing mostly bits of the completely totaled tractor. And he is able to take a bunch of the broken up scrap and like make it into serviceable armor. That's probably not as good as flak armor because you're using just scrap metal hammered together, but it's about as good as you can make makeshift terrible. It's the best armor that you could make given the crap that he was using, and it's just really cool looking. Like, yeah, you even managed to like rivet a nice big like a big orc skull on it, but it's not a orc skull. It's like your skull. It has like the. It's funny. A Snodius's skull, if he didn't have his ears or his nose, because that would be gone because it's a skull, his skull would just kind of look like an orc skull. So yeah, he just has like an orc skull on his chest, but it's his skull. It's his. What color was the tractor? Let's find out. Tractors were orange. Tractors were orange. Okay. So you guys have a you guys have a thing of armor. Let's see how everyone else is doing. DeBrain with the bombs. That's 13. And DeBrain's smart. I'm going to give him advantage, so he'll get another roll. 13 and 12. So he rolls a 13. He's making them. He's made a few of the bombs, like an appreciable amount. It doesn't take that long to make black powder bombs. They're not very complicated if you can make the black powder. As far as I know, there's no color association with orange. They might consider it both red and yellow, because yellow is like red is faster, yellow is more explodey, more shooty, more flashy. Yellow also indicates wealth, so it might be something in between. All right, let's see how DeFurious is doing. DeFurious has an 11 on the truck. The truck is still not yet operational, but it's working. Let's see how Stinky's doing with his trap building. And this is where fate's going to come in. Because the rule of Stinky is either going to fail horribly, or he's going to somehow luck into like a genius thing. So you guys are kind of getting done with your work. Now I will tell you what happens with Stinky in a second. That was a 2 for anybody who was, I told you, fate will make Stinky horribly fail or spectacularly succeed in a ridiculously lucky way. So I'm going to roll to see if the truck is showing up today. No truck today. That's a 1. Okay. So you guys are getting done with your work for the day. Oh, Stinky is blue. He is blue. I don't think he gets a. This isn't a matter of luck, though. Like a matter of luck. Like Stinky is blue, which means he gets re-rolls. That's what I said. He gets 1 re-roll per session. Okay, you are correct, Miles. Do you guys want to? I actually have a nice plot thing to do with him. If you want, I can re-roll if you want, but I have a feeling that yes, Stinky is blue. He is lucky. Thank you for reminding me. Do you guys want to use his reroll on this? Save the reroll. Let's not waste it. Rather not roll. Nope, nope. Okay, so far it's no, unless there's a big long line of yes. Okay. So as you guys are finishing up your work for the day, like you have a new set of armor. There's some progress made on the truck. You can basically they sort of got the engine working again, but they need to do some more stuff to get like the tires roll, like everything aligned and bent back into place, and where it can actually roll, and the wheel well is not grinding up against the tires anymore. So when you guys are it's getting to be evening, and Stinky should have been back by now. Stinky is not back yet. And after a little while, you see one of Stinky's grots. Let's see, which one? I'm gonna see if I can get a. Where's my other thing? Did I hide it from myself? Okay. One of Stinky's snots comes back alone. Actually, I'm going to say it's two of them. I'm going to say Dumb and Dumber went with Stinky. Seems appropriate. And they both come back, and they're both like out of breath, and they run up to Snottiest, and they're trying to explain themselves. And the other one keeps they keep interrupting each other because they're breathing really heavy. So it kind of goes like, we made it back, Stinky. He dug the hole, and then he went in the hole to make it deeper. And now he can't get out. Yeah, Stinky's stuck. And Snottiest kind of looks up and is like just kind of face palms and like slides his hand down over his nose, and his nose like snaps back up into place and like flops a little bit. Yeah, he dug like a hole in the road to try to stop the truck. And you guys are very lucky the truck didn't show up while Stinky was stuck. So it's getting dark. Stinky's out there stuck. Let's see what we got. Get him a ladder or rope looted from the humans. Yep, you got ladder and rope. You guys have ladders and rope. These are farmers. They have ladders and rope. Yeah, you guys have material. So if you want to grab that kind of stuff, you can go. Ladders and rope. Someone's saying they just want them to rot. That's Brother Ayamit. We're big. Mayhap we can just reach him and get him. That's possible. Send Snots with rope. Okay, a warning to you guys. The dark forest is nearby. It is, depending on where Stinky is, he might be in like the dark ape territory. Okay, we're going to go save him. All right, Dr. Steelworth, save Stinky and smack him for messing up the hole. All right, so you guys are heading out into it's getting to be evening, so it's starting to get dark. and you guys have your cool zappy chainsword. So you're heading out, and it's not very hard. Like, you're just following the road, and it's a lot easier than like picking your way through the forest. And it's not like a real nice road. It's kind of unpaved and it's gravel, and it looks like they just kind of dump more gravel when they need to, and that's kind of it. Yeah, just put more gravel on, and whenever potholes form, just dump more gravel. Don't pave it. Yeah, Soggy and Snoresleepa have the Burna. You guys are getting a little bit low on Promethium. The Burna has been used a fair bit because the Humies used it to clear out the bugs from the colony, and you guys have been using it somewhat regularly, so it's getting a little on the low side. All right, and it takes a little while. The sun goes down. It starts getting dark. And as you guys approach, you see a number. You see, you can because you guys have decent night vision. Orcs and grots and snotlings all have pretty good night vision. You guys can see in the distance a hole in the road, and you can also see three of the blood apes, like kind of around the outside of the hole, and they're kind of like grabbing at something in the hole, and you see like a shovel kind of sticking out, and Stinky is swinging his shovel to try and keep the things fended away. And you can also see that when Stinky fell in, he fell in without, like, he had. It looks like he set down his las gun while he was. Or did Stinky have a shotgun? I think he has a las gun. I'm pretty sure he has a las gun. He set his las gun off to the side while he was digging, and then fell in. You can also hear Stinky's voice kind of echoing. You can hear, "Oh, get back! Stay back! Zord!" And you can hear like just kind of a babble of snotlings that also seem to have fallen in, possibly because they thought they were supposed to fall in. So right now you see three of them, but the trees are fairly close to the road at this point. There might be more. All right, let's get some initiative. I assumed you went with if you unless you brought the others with you. I was just saying this was going to just be Snottius. It was just Snottius along with Snoresleepa. Where is it? I'm trying to get the name. Snottius has Soggy, Snoresleepa, and then Spelunk as well. Those are Snottius's snots, and they're actually like decent snots. They've survived for a while, so they're a little bit they're not grot sized, but they're like bigger and trained. All right, you guys want to test the Zapripa? You want to? Yeah, apes they're a little bit bigger than a grot, but like they're big and strong. It's sort of like they're about the height of a grot. They're basically they have the build of orangutans, with like the biggest male orangutans. I think they're between 200 to like 300 some pounds, and like the females are like 120-ish. Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you for the donation, Miles. The very middle ape is a figure you remember. Yeah, you remember. You remember this ape that nearly killed you. That was almost the end of Snottius. If it weren't for his helmet, Snottius's skull would have been crushed. And your memory, you definitely remember this ape from from having gotten to you before. So, so you're probably a little stronger than the apes, but they were very, very strong. They basically are carnivorous, aggressive orangutans, and orangutans are really, really strong. Yeah, I'll say you have a helmet. You made a helmet along with your armor. All right, we're gonna charge him. I'm basically gonna treat your snots, your snotlings, like extra hit points. They will get smushed. Except one of them can use a Burna if they want to. The two of them can use a Burna. The ring has been depleted, and you haven't figured out how to recharge it. I got three Wahs charged. I got a lot of charges. All right, let's get some. Let's see if I can get. Probably get. Dang it! I can't really. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some jungly fight music. I don't know if this will work. Let's try this. See how it goes. All right, we got some music. Let me know if it's too loud or if it's too quiet. All right, here we go. Charging them. You're charging. I'm going to give you advantage on it. You're charging. You're big. That's a 16. So you don't charge the middle one. You charge the one that's in order to you basically wouldn't be able to get directly to the middle one. It's on the far side of the hole. But you rush towards one of the apes with your essentially chainsword with your Rippa, and you just like hack down into it, and it like kind of like moves to get out of your way, and you just slice it right in half. Just the other ones, the sort of the alpha male. I'm gonna say that it's a little loud. I'm gonna turn that down. I figure this might get louder. There we go. And yeah, you kill the first one. The alpha male, which is has like the big flat face flanges, and was the one that nearly killed you. It like starts like screeching and like and baring its teeth at you as it comes at you. Okay, it runs up on you and like grabs at you, and essentially it grabs onto your chainsaw arm and like bites down on your hand, and you're surprised because even though you're really strong, this thing is like maybe not outright stronger than you, but it's close. This thing is really strong. It chomped down on your hand, and you drop your saw. And it was like, and it managed to like, your armor protected you somewhat, but it's not like complete, total covering. It's not mega armor. There are gaps in the armor. The other one's gonna go. The lesser ape's gonna go. This one like jumps on your back, and you basically like reach over behind yourself and like kind of judo through it over your back, and you don't super injure it, but you get it off of you. All right, so armor that protects the hand is really hard to make, even with a 20 making with scrap stuff. Like that's really complicated to make armor that protects the hand. All right, so what are we punching it? Biting it? We're gonna try to get the Rippa back. You also have Choppas. You do have this 2 steel Choppas. Bite it. You do have a Shuda too. Use Choppa. Use Snotties intends to end it like before by biting its head. All right, Snotties is going to try to grab the boss one and try to chomp its head. Okay. Yeah, he grabs the big one, and he like chomps into. He opens his mouth wide and like rips off a huge chunk out of one of its like face flanges. And it's like there's blood just like everywhere. It's not dead, but it is not doing so hot. All right. Stinky. I'm gonna have Stinky do something. Stinky is going to try to throw dirt he's going to use his shovel to throw dirt at one of the apes. For 2. Stinky, you see Stinky is like, "You stay away from the boss, and thank you for coming to save me, boss. I'll help you." And he like flings some dirt, and it goes straight up out of the hole, and just goes right back down and hits Stinky on the head. Yep. So he hits him. He just hits himself with the dirt. Now it is time for apes. Ape attack. Boss ape. Boss ape is like trying to grapple with Snottius. Like he's trying to grab at your arms and like yank you this way and that. All of his movements are like really fast. It's not like the way a human wrestles, where they're like trying to get leverage and they're trying to do this. It's so fast. Like he's just trying to like grab you and rip and pull. But you manage to check him and kind of like actually get him in a wrestler's grapple, where you're like grabbing onto him and like checking his strength evenly. The other ape, while you're fighting, the other ape basically comes up and like starts beating on you, like just with its palms, like beating on you. And your armor's taking the punishment. Like you have like steel armor. However, it's still like it hurts. It is a pounding on you. So you're not taking no damage, but your armor's holding up pretty good. All right. What do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do now? You're kind of wrestling with the thing at the moment. We also do have the Burnisnots, but you're in a grapple. The Burnisnots, yeah, it's going to be hard to for them to use the fire and not get you. All right, what kind of? Well, the snots that actually have a weapon have a burna, and you kind of charged in. It's kind of hard for them to use the weapon they have. They otherwise don't really have a weapon. You guys want to rip its head off? If you guys want to do a wrestling move, you have to give me something specific, or like I forget what the Randy Orton. He does the RKO. I forget what the RKO is. Rip head. Grab by its head and rip and tear. All right, that seems to be what the. See if you can rip its head off. Okay, you go in to like grab its head, and it's big. Like you basically like let go of its arm, and it like howls and like swats at your hand as you try to grab at it. That's a 2 for if you can't see. So unfortunately, no. It goes. And if you want the Snots to use the flamer on you, it can just be bad. All right. It kind of reinitiates the grapple and like tries to grab you by the legs to try to pull you off your feet. You basically manage to put your hands on its shoulders and like keep it distant, like it can't get to your legs. And you basically like kind of back up and are pushing it down to the ground. The other ape like basically is like conks you on the head, like balls up its fist and like cracks you on your skull, and it whomps you pretty good. You have a helmet, but again, it is a brutal pounding. Okay, we got a suggestion to jump in the hole and then tell the Snots to burn them. Double attack with axes. Stinky, yeah, Stinky's lasgun is still there, and you have a lasgun also. You also have 2 choppas. You have your axes that you have. I got double attack with the axes, swing choppas. No, we can do it. We can do it for Mork. Swing choppas. This is just a jungle music playlist, so. Choppas. All right. You draw out your choppas, and you're going to try to end this. Okay. You haul off, and you basically, the one ape that's been killing you, that's been like you've been putting all your attention on the alpha ape, and the other one's been bugging you. So you basically pull out your choppa and swing both of your choppas down into the one that's been like on your back and on your side beating on you, and you basically just like turn and hack into it, and it just falls over. You completely like chop it. You essentially crush. You chop into like its rib cage, and chop all the way in until you're almost all the way through it. You don't. It's very thick, so you don't quite make it all the way through. But like, you hit all of its vital organs, and it's kind of a bloody mess. You pulp it. You pulp it pretty good. Okay. Stinky's gonna try to throw his shovel at the alpha ape. Stinky, that's a 4. Stinky throws his shovel. It hits the edge of the hole and falls back in and hits himself on the head. All right, you're now pretty well covered in blood. Snodius says that was just a fight, but this is okay. That was just a fight, but this is personal. All right, what are we doing? Are we going to try to finish this off? Stinky, please. Zog it, Stinky. Dang it, Stinky. Charge the alpha, go for the arms. All right, arms, we got kill with Champa. Some people are saying eat the face. Headbutt it to death. I know people want to finish him. Got a couple votes for Choppa. Got 2 for Choppa. Headbutt it to death. Twin las gun. You have one las gun. I think we got more votes for Choppas. Yeah, I think we got Choppas. All right, you're gonna go for the killing it with Choppas. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a combo because this is you've done a fair bit of damage to this thing at this point. So it like roars at you and like shrieks, and Snottius roars back and just yells "Wah!" and hauls back and headbutts the ape right in the face. And then as it like kind of stumbles back and it's stunned, he takes his choppas. One chops into deep into one side of its neck. The other one he swings the other way, chops it the other way, chops it going the other way, and almost like you're like a lumberjack chops through a tree trunk, and chops right through the head. Chops right through the neck, and the head flops off of the ape. And Snottius then is like breathing hard. He's like, and he like walks over to the edge of the of the hole. Oh, hey boss. Had a little accident when I was digging me trap hole. It looks like you won. Hooray! All right, what do you want to? You want to give Stinky a good smack? Somebody donated specifically about Stinky, I think. How do we get another one? Drags. Okay, well that's the suggestion then. Drag Stinky out of the hole and smack the Goofy out of him. He's like, oh, you mind giving me a hand out here, boss? Oh, thank you. You like Snottius like reaches down, picks him. He's like, oh, thank you. I thought I was gonna be. Sorry, boss. I'm sorry. You are a stupid idiot. You are the stupidest idiot. You get. And you basically like start marching back in a huff back to Mega Humiopolis. Yeah, you smack him hard enough that he just basically gets conked out. And your snotlings basically pick up his unconscious form and his weapons and shovel and start dragging him back to Mega Humiopolis. Yep, take the ape's head as a trophy. Yep. You could probably grab one. I don't think it'd be a little awkward to grab all of them. If you want, you can grab like the alpha ape. You can take the head and then the body of the ape. I don't think it would be an issue of like Snottius can't carry the weight. It's just they'd be awkward to haul for like the however like a click or two back to the town. Yeah, Stinky Snot. All right, the alpha ape can go back, and Stinky Snots can carry one of the other corpses. You can do that. Yep, and you'll take the alpha's head. That sounds good. All right. So you guys head back to Mega Humiopolis, and I think unless there's something else you guys really want to do, we can do a feast. Yeah, you guys, it's enough time. It's not super late because you guys left like when the sun was setting. You probably got to him between like 7 or 8 at night. You getting back at like 9. And so, yeah, you could conceivably have like a feast before Um, you don't have like a whole bunch of snotlings to do everything for you, but you also can like eat the thing raw. It's certainly. So you have the orc skull in your boss hut back in Snot-Tantinople. Do you guys want to start your boss poll? We can start your boss poll here. Yep, you guys. Well, you guys did forget. Yeah, you guys do have PogChomp. You guys want to start your boss poll? All right. Fortunately, a boss poll is just like a stick. I am going to actually make it out. You guys can actually make it out of like a long piece of pipe that you sawed off the end of it so it has like a point, and you jam the ape's skull on there. And right now it's going to sit at the top, but as you kill more and bigger and more impressive things, those will be the things that go on the boss poll. So right now you have the ape skull on the top of the boss poll. Yeah, you can attach like yeah, it's not too difficult to attach a pole on the armor. Like I'm not gonna sweat that too much. All right, heading back to Mega Humiopolis. So you have your feast. Victory feast. Everyone is pleased. Stinky eventually regains consciousness, and everyone kind of makes fun of him. However, if any of the snotlings make fun of him, Stinky does give him a good kicking. Do we get new snots yet? All right, let's take a look. What do we got? Nah, it's still early for. You're getting to the point where snotlings are going to start popping up here, but not quite yet. New squigs. I mean, you guys have some squigs, but they don't do more work. Like squigs are useful, but they kind of take up time and energy. Yeah, they're kind of roaming around. Like you have them penned in. Yeah, you have some of the squigs, like meat squigs and stuff. Eating squigs, I think they're called. No, you guys aren't going to have. You guys don't have a squig herder here. You don't have. You guys have just started again. Like it's sort of being like at square one. You might have stuff back at Snot-Tantinople. That's kind of where all of your best squigs are going to come from, because that's the one that's farthest along. And you have the red gobbo dedicated as a squig herder. All right, pray to before the feast. That seems good. Snottius holds up his hands and he says, "Dear Gork and Mork, how are you? I am fine. I just killed these big hairy things for you and put one on the end of me boss pole. Please make me kill everyone until they're all dead and then give me a bigger fight so then I can kill more. Sincerely, Snottius the First." PogChomp is roughly the height of your waist. He's like a meter tall and a meter wide. All right, I'm gonna turn off the music. All right, so next day comes around. Essentially, Essentially, what I'm going to do is roll to see how everything's going along during the day, and roll to see if the Hume truck shows up. And what I'm going to try to do, I don't know if I want to do the truck encounter today. Apologies, guys, but I did not sleep super well. Like, I kind of want to get us in position where the truck thing is about to happen. But we've been going for like an hour now, having a great time, enjoying myself, but I did not sleep great. And I'm worried that my brain is going to give out. Okay. Next day, any news from the Capitol? It's not really. Like, yeah, let's see. Actually, let's give it a chance. Is there any some messenger? It could happen. So 14. I was kind of like, I want to, like, 14 is a pretty good number. I'll say that something has happened at the Capitol, but like, I wanted, if it was like a really big number, like 16, 17, 18, 19, then you'd like get a courier showing up and like giving you urgent news. But I'm just going to say something cool happens at something interesting, not necessarily cool, not necessarily good. Something happens. Excuse me. But something happens in Snotantinople. We will deal with that later. Oh yeah, yeah. Like the stream. Yeah. Thank you for Eric. I forget to tell people to do that. It's just like I'm wrapped up in the game. But hey guys, it's your boy No Man here running the game for you. And if you're having a great time, make sure you like and subscribe. So thank you, Eric. Oh yeah, let me get the Discord server up in here again. I can do that. I think it's a good thing for me to get in the habit of doing is just share the Discord each time, because we do role plays like this on there. The only issue that we've been having is like getting enough people at the same time. So there's the Discord. Don't ever do it again, ever. What's the matter? You don't like your boy? You don't like it how it is with your boy? But what if it's not your boy? Boodly doo. Yeah. Check out the Discord server. There's more role playing on there. There's also like discussions and hanging out, and people share their art. They share their models. There's a lot of threads. There's a lot of different areas channels to talk about different stuff. But most of it is stuff related to role playing, because there's like a gajillion different locations where stuff takes place. But Orpheus is there, and he's kind of the head mod, and he can kind of give you a good rundown of where things are and what's all going on. And that would be good old Zachary Weaver here. It's your boy, No Man, up in this house. All right, let's go ahead and let's get. I want to get to the point where we have the truck coming. That the truck is definitely coming. Okay, so let's see. Are we continuing with? Let's get items. Let's get everyone's actions for the day. After Stinky's failure, what do you want Stinky doing today? What do we want? What do we want? Let's go through everybody. Send DeBrain and Stinky to finish the trap and bring the bombs just in case. Okay, Stinky and DeBrain. We'll give them advantage because it's two of them working on one thing. So 13 and a 10. That's not bad. They both rolled well. The trap is going to get worked on. So thank you, Mad Beast Yeti. What do we want De Furious doing? Right now, I'm going to say that you guys have enough. They have like a standard number of grenades. Like how many grenades does a normal guardsman carry? You know, they have like some. They have like 3 to 6 of them. I'd say each of them have like 3 to 6 of them. Okay, DeFurious working on truck. Let's see if we can get the truck fixed. All right, can we get some families in chat? What's he fixing the truck for? Can we get some F's and some families? It's for family. F's and families. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Let's see what we got. It's a 9. Yeah. Maybe he's just not feeling family with the fast gone. It's making progress though. It's not awful. That's kind of the making progress thing. It's only half a family. What we need is a couple of new grots, and get 2 fast and 2 furious. Then they'd have family again. Or we can just have DeFast show up again as if he didn't die. I have not seen the Fast and Furious movies, but I do understand that is a thing that just happened. Just the Fast just shows up again. He's just there. He's just there again. It's too much. Well, we'll consider it. It might just be like it's probably a different grot that pops up at some point, but he's just treated like he's they just don't treat him like we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. We don't have to we don't have to push that too hard. We will consider. Too much but too fast and too furious would be okay. Original Furious with peg leg would be a mentor. Yeah, I could see that. Too fast, too furious, I think might do that. All right, so then what is Snottiest doing? Well, it's not like we haven't gone through a lot. I'm really excited to see what happens with Redshirt 5. And I was very embarrassed to realize that I accidentally said Redshirt 3 in my last recording. I wrote down the correct thing. I literally just said the wrong thing, and my brain didn't realize I said the wrong thing. All right, so is Snottiest building something? You want to help with the truck? Yeah, he can help with the truck. His armor wasn't really damaged. He took like a beating under the armor. The armor itself was fine. You want to help with the truck? He can help with the truck. The truck might get finished if Snottiest helps, if he rolls well enough. Snottiest is also stronger and has legs. One of the issues of why DeFurious might not have been getting things done is because he is missing a leg. Truck. Okay. I'm gonna say he's helping with the truck. He picks. That's true. He picks his nose and then he tries to help with the truck. Oh boy. Oh, that's not good. That is a 1. Okay. What bad thing can happen? Yeah, Snodius is. Snodius, like, basically got impatient that the truck wasn't being finished on time. And he basically was like, "Why is this taking so long? This isn't so hard. Just fix it." And he basically does what he did with the armor, which is just, hit stuff with a hammer until it's in the shape that it's supposed to be. And DeFurious is just like, "No, no, no, you're breaking it, you're breaking it. That's not for family. That's not for family." He's just like he just doesn't help. He's just like hitting it and kind of undoing some of the work that's been done. Do you guys want to do? We could have it that Stinky is passing by. Do you guys want to use Stinky's lucky reroll on helping Snodius to reroll? Yeah, Snodius isn't blue at the moment, I don't think. Sure. I think it's mostly yeses. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna see what we do with Stinky blue reroll. So Stinky, like, Snodius is just like, and like breaking things. He's like, well, come to think of it, looking at it looks like this might have he like basically, I don't know enough about cars, unfortunately, but Stinky basically starts rattling off everything that's wrong with the truck by like looking at like, this gasket's loose and the oil pressure's low and that's going to have to be patched up. You're leaking oil from here. You need to get new oil in. You could probably siphon out. Like he just like goes down and like lists off all the things that are actually wrong with it. It's like, but if you did that, that would probably be helpful. Anyway, bye, boss. So, yeah, you guys are the truck is by the end of the day, the truck's going to be usable. So, yeah, you guys managed to get it, and let's go ahead and take a look. Is the truck coming today? All right. 17, truck is indeed coming today. And Stinky and DeBrain will, let's see. Yeah, let's keep it at the truck is coming. The truck is coming. Stinky and DeBrain are at the hole. They've just finished covering it over. Both of them dart off to the bushes on this, like the bushes or the trees or whatever on the side of the road, and it's coming. As it's coming towards the hole, I think we'll break it right there. How does that sound? I think it's a decent place to stop, and then we can do the encounter with the truck. I actually wanted to do the truck encounter today, but Stinky getting himself stuck in the hole and the opportunity to fit in the revenge with the apes, I thought was a very good thing to kind of work into the story. So, all right, guys, I want you to check your Check your character sheets. That's going to be 900 XP for the session. Check to see how many fortune dice you have, and for each one of those, add another 100 XP. And let's the Ed's right for Eddie's birthday. He wanted a library or for Double D to find a weird shroom, and basically Ed, and Eddie are working down a big cave. They're carving. You can see them. They're like, it's kind of like the scene out of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, where the dwarves are digging in the mines, minus the happy singing, and more like they're just like working away, cutting out rocks for quarry, and also getting out iron ore for smelting. And Eddie, Double D, takes a break. That's not Eddie, it's just Ed. Ed is Double D. Ed takes a break and like wipes the sweat from his brow, and he sees something odd kind of glowing around the side of Big Cave. And some mushrooms have started to sprout up, and they're starting to actually get snotlings sprouting up in Big Cave after the big battle. And they're actually getting a fair number. Grots should be popping up there soon. But he finds a weird glowing purple mushroom, which is weird that he found a purple mushroom, as purple mushrooms are very hard to actually find. They're very sneaky in that way. So he finds it and is kind of contemplating it. Since it's for the birthday boy, Eddie, is he eating the mushroom? Is he eating the weird shroom? Let's let Eddie make the call. It's his birthday. I'd like it in wine, but okay. I'm sure there's a wine squig or something. All right, here we go. We're gonna let the dice determine. We're gonna say hi. I'm not gonna outright kill him on this, but if he rolls high, he'll start developing low-level weird boy powers that might get more powerful as he goes. If it's bad, I think if he rolls low, I think I'll know what I'll. And if it's in the middle, it'll be a mix of bad and good. All right, let's see. Can we get some good luck? Can we get some mojo going? Hey there, Double D. He turns himself into a squig. Too bad. Yeah, Jack, if you're not feeling good, buddy, wish you the best, and hopefully you're feeling better. If it's a health thing, hopefully it'll just get better on its own. If you're having if you're not feeling good, like if you're feeling down or having maybe some mental issues, if you need help, go for it. Oh, and giving the advantage from Mad Beast Yeti. Thank you for the donation. Let's give it a go. See how weird this gets. Weird for 14, so that's not bad. Let's go for the advantage. And the advantage is 1, but that's okay. Heck, the 1 could have come first. All right, you be careful. Stay safe. But all right, so with 14, basically we're going to end it with Double D getting a massive headache, screaming, glowing green for a while, and kind of having like an aura, not quite green flames, but like green wisps kind of emanate from him before he falls over twitching. So essentially what I'm going to do with Ed, with Double D, is from the capital now settlement. We have a settlement up north. Well, let me finish up with Double D, and we'll see what Powell Marzek has offered. But basically, Double D has kind of become the Psyduck of this crew. For those of you who didn't see Pokemon, Psyduck is equal parts useless and incredibly useful. So basically, if there's always going to be a chance that Double D has like a weird fit of Wah power that's just really unpredictable. Yeah, his powers will work like in weird, desperate times. Some boys wander off from the capital. Now we have a new settlement up north. Okay, we will say that there is. I'll figure out how to get. Let me add that to the thing that there's going to be like a small, like some snotlings wandered off, trying to get something else set up. I'll write that down for this. I'll write that down for next time. But thank you everyone who donated. Mad Beast Yeti, Mal Parzek, who hopefully Jack Maloon, you feel better and beat Corona's butt. Let's see who else we got. I'm so bad at remembering who all donated. But thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you all for hanging out. And yeah. A new grot popped up, decided to do his own thing. Okay. Yeah, we can have I mean, a spore can pop up kind of anywhere. It doesn't have to be like in a tight concentration. So we can have like a grot that has like a separate settlement. Okay, I'll put that down. I'll figure out what to call it in a bit. But thank you for the big donation. Appreciate it. Thank you all very much. Had a great time. I'm going to go take a nap. Hope you all feel better. All right. See you all later. No man out.